All right, welcome everyone. This is Mimi Jax, your host for the MProper Mimi show. And I am so happy to be back with you guys. I keep hearing from you either on Instagram or YouTube or Twitter. And we are here to bring you another lovely episode. We are going to chat with the crew from SPAD Catering. All right, yes. So we got a bunch of people in the house right now. So I'm going to let everyone introduce themselves to you. And all you got to do is just please tell me your name and what it is that you do and why you love it so much. Yes.
Ladies first.
Okay, I'll go first. My name is Chef Ashley Drummer, and I am the COO and co-founder of SPAD Catering. With my lovely partner Shyam, which is the CEO.
Yes.
And we love cooking, just being authentically ourselves and making real good food. That's what we're about.
Yes, and I can attest to it. It is real good food. So.
Miss T right here is our pastry chef, and then we have Chef Stewart, which is our chief of culinary because he's so great.
Yes.
So tell them a little bit about yourselves, guys.
Please do.
Okay, so me and Ashley met at work.
Mhm.
She found out I could bake
Ooh.
and asked me to come on as the pastry chef. So I'll be making like the sweets and treats for the upcoming events and stuff.
Awesome.
I've been baking since I was about, I want to say like 8.
Oh my goodness.
I
Yeah.
started with cheesecake because I'm a cheesecake fan.
We love some
But
cheesecake.
I've been self-taught, like I'm teaching myself as I go.
Yeah. And so you like just coming up with different flavors, compositions.
Yeah. So I feel like cheesecakes are basic wherever you buy them. It's like strawberry, cherry, blueberry, like the basic flavors. So
Yeah.
I'm like thinking outside the box when it comes to cheesecake of flavors I could do. So I do like coconut rum, pina colada. I did banana cream. Like just things that you don't see when you walk into a Junior's or just like your
Yeah.
neighborhood bakery.
Mhm.
Those are not flavors you find. And I do cupcake sized ones instead of slices, which you also don't see everywhere.
Right.
So I'm trying to like stand out from the basic bakeries
Yeah.
with the sweets. And I have a few things up my sleeve.
Ooh, all right, T. We are looking out for you. We definitely want to see what you have coming up next under your sleeve. That you're gonna just let it come out a little bit so we can see it as it comes. And Stu, our culinary chef. What is a culinary chef? Tell me that. Tell me that.
I mean, I've just been cooking for the past 7 years, and it's something that I love, and in my opinion, I think I do very well. I love bringing like my Latin cuisine and then making fusion out of it. Like for example, sometimes we create menus like in 2 minutes, like soul and Latino. So we love all of this. I love cooking, so this is like my biggest passion. Like for me, the best thing is like when I see somebody and then they're just smiling
Yeah.
that they ate something great, and then
Yeah.
that's my heart.
Aww. That is so wonderful. And I mean, I got to experience it for myself, and it was such a fun time. And the presentation was so wonderful. I just felt like, I was at like a top restaurant and I'm getting all the flavors exploding in my mouth. It's like happiness, each course, happiness, 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 like back to back.
I'm so glad you enjoyed the Friday dinners.
Yeah, I can't wait, because I know Cy's been telling me about Friday dinner, so I can't wait to keep, additional Fridays. So why don't you actually, because for people who are listening, they may not know what Friday dinners are. I mean, it sounds like it's dinner that you make on a Friday, but it's so much more than that. So what are Friday dinners?
So Friday dinners originated, it was just like I was putting myself out there. I started out as just a private chef and just wanting to put myself out there to different people. And I was like, I knew it's a couple of chefs that sell dinners. So I was like, I was looking on Instagram and I'm like, that looked kind of cool. Let me see what I could do. So I just started reaching out to people that live on the same block. And I was like, my first Friday dinner was fried chicken, macaroni and cheese, collard greens, and cornbread, and coleslaw, and baked beans. It was a lot.
I was going to say, that's and more.
It was like 40 people ordered that.
Oh my gosh.
So when that first happened, I was like, yo, this could be like a bi-weekly situation. So it just turned into that. And what I tried to offer was like sustenance. You know, when you get food from places and it's not filling enough and you pay like $20 and you're still hungry. You know. So, you know.
Tragedy.
I was like, let me give you that $20 worth. And then what I also try to provide is options. People don't offer veg options too much. So that's what made it popular too. This was like, I'm reaching out to the vegans and vegetarians. So when we formed SPAD, I was like, why don't we do a restaurant style? See how it fits. And then my business partner Shyam was just like, that sounds kind of good, because he was watching it over the pandemic. He was like, let's break that out and see what happens. And then I was like, all right, we do a restaurant style, see if people go and buy into this idea.
Right,
And then if they do, we could continue. So that's how that baby formed.
Yeah, so that's how SPAD was formed. And then I know, T, you said you've been cooking ever since you were young, baking ever since you were young. So how did you guys all get to work and collaborate together? From your origin stories, you each had your own beginning, but this partnership right here and relationship, like of recent, how did you guys come together?
So with the baking part, right when we came back to like our 9-to-5 job, Ashley was doing pop-ups before, really diving into SPAD. She was doing pop-ups, like putting her catering, like out there. She asked me to do a pop-up with her because she never had like sweets provided really. She asked me to do some things, and that's the first time I think she actually really tasted anything of mine. And from there, once her and Shyam and Stewart like came together and formed SPAD, they're not sweets like people, they're savory chefs. So they needed someone that can come with the sweets, since I actually have tasted it already. And I can make and also appeal to the vegan and like vegetarian. Like,
what was the first thing that actually made vegan?
Cupcakes. And so I made a vanilla cupcake with a raspberry frosting topped with fresh raspberries. That was the first vegan thing. And I made an oatmeal pumpkin cookie.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
bring back the pumpkin. It's almost time.
Those are the first. You don't taste the pumpkin.
You don't?
No, it tastes.
But you just threw the name in there.
No, you don't. It's because the pumpkin is the binder. Like it
so that takes the place of butter.
It's like the pumpkin is kind of part of the binder of the cupcake. You can taste it a little bit.
Yeah.
Not a lot. It's not like
she's like, don't go pumpkin latte crazy. You're not gonna get it.
But those were the first two vegan things, and then from there she asked me to if I would help with I think the opening. And then just
I was like,
are you serious?
Nice.
Would you seriously like take this and be our pastry chef?
Yeah.
Because that's
Of course I would.
like, my thing is, you gotta be serious about this. If you're not serious about this, like, kick rocks, basically.
With no shoes on.
Exactly. We're not in this for like shits and giggles, It's like, we have fun, but I want you to show your authentic self and create.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not keen to like menus. Like, do what you do and this guy right here, like,
Stu.
like the level of talent that he has, like, I learned from him. Like, my plating has gotten better because of him.
Oh, beautiful.
Like, so it's no egos in SPAD.
Yeah.
Like Chef Shyam went to the French Culinary Institute,
Beautiful.
and he has crazy skills. And for him to, like, he comes from the Indian background, so for him to do that and know so many different sets and teaching us how to, like, deal with like Indian food and the different techniques and the different spices. Like we all learning from each other. Stewart is from South America, so he's teaching us those Colombian roots and that the freshness and the real authentic, not the shit they be acting like.
No, I mean, let me tell you, I think it was Costa Rica. The first time I went to Costa Rica, and I'm eating some guava, and my friend's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Cause I'm making a face," and I'm like, "This is too fresh. This isn't
the process."
Right, exactly. Like, oh, these Americans, and you're like, I'm used to this processed food. So like bringing that freshness and different flavors into the food, that's also what like captures people, because it's like, you know, it's different than what they're used to, and it, you know, it just, you know, is exciting.
Oh, he can hook up some Asian food too.
Yeah,
he's very diverse.
Yeah, he can do it all. Doing like fusion stuff.
Yes.
I love it.
Ooh, I'm so excited. Now, did you guys know this is always what you wanted to do? Like,
yeah, for me, I always dream about going to culinary school and have my career as a chef, and eventually, I don't know, in the future, maybe own a restaurant or something. But this is what I always wanted to do. But it's just like a lot of people see it more as a hobby than as an actual work. And now that they see that I'm so passionate about it, they're like, oh, they support so much, like everything that I do. And then, but I always wanted to do this. Always. Yeah. I ended up going to dental school, but then switching to culinary, because pursuing what I love.
Yeah, you got to go for that passion.
Yeah.
Oh, so he can help our teeth and our food. Now, you mentioned restaurant. Like, sometimes I hear people when they're so passionate about cooking, but they like shy away from restaurants, because then you're getting into a brick and mortar. You're getting into like I don't know what else is there that you have to get into with a restaurant. Like,
it's just like overhead, and a restaurant is more work. Like, because of rent, it depends on where it's at. So restaurants are the hardest things to keep, because you have to it's about consistency when you are a chef. If you can make the same food and make it taste good, you know, when you go out to eat, you might have it go to the same restaurant Monday, it's banging.
You can tell when there's a different chef at the restaurant too. Yeah.
But the thing about SPAD is it's not like that.
Yeah.
You're gonna have the same food and the same consistency every time.
Yeah.
The restaurants are really hard to manage. Like, financially. But catering and food trucks are like a great option.
That sounds good. Yeah. And in New York, I can just imagine everything is so expensive. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And that, especially right now, like with everything going up and inflation and this crisis that we're going through, you know.
I've battled myself. I didn't know if I wanted. I've always liked to bake. At one point, I was like, oh, I want to go to culinary school. Then I wanted to be a mortician. Then
a mortician?
Yeah.
Okay, you talk about him going to dental school.
I was trying for years to get into a mortuary science program. Like, that's what I wanted to do for years. But then, in the back of my mind, it was like, I always wanted to learn. Like, I would watch the Food Network, and I would see, like, the cake wars and all this stuff. And I was like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I want to do that because I like baking. But then I was like, I don't want to do that because I want to work with dead people who don't talk.
I don't want you to come back to me, right?
So I battled. So I actually didn't know if I wanted to bake as a career. Like, I wasn't sure.
Yeah. I love that you guys, though, have taken that jump to pursue your passions, because so many times people go through life, and whether they're following the desires of their parents or they're just so unsure that they don't want to take that risk. I'm so happy that you guys are pursuing. I mean, first of all, because I get to taste your food and, you know, your desserts and treats and everything. But I just think that helps to make our life so much more full. Like, you don't know how long we have each day, you know. So each day I wake up is a blessing. So I want to enjoy it, you know, like each day, you know, make sure that it's pleasurable. Now, also, you guys said that you met each other, or you know each other from work.
Yeah.
And that's like work. Like I tell people I got 3 jobs. I got my 9 to 5, and then I got my weekend hustle, and then I got the podcast. So how is it different working in like as a corporate chef or working in a corporate environment versus what you guys do with SPAD, which is more like entrepreneur, which is like more of you are the boss, like you guys get to, you know, drive the trajectory of like where you're going with SPAD versus, you know, the comfort of corporate.
I think with corporate, it's like by the book. Like we are limited to creativity. So when you're limited to what you know you can do, and you're limited to it, it makes you care less because you're not doing what you're cooking what you're passionate about, but you're not doing what you know you can do or the level of what you know you can do. So being an entrepreneur is just like you make your own menus. You know, you get to collaborate with people that are in the same like-minded place that you're in, and you guys, it's fun. One thing about work is supposed to be fun. Like if you gotta be like, get up in the morning like that's a problem for me. Like I want to get shooken up every day when I wake up. Like, yo, what's gonna happen today? We making it today. Oh, we about to.
Like I had a dream, you know.
You know, and it's hard when you don't have those opportunities. Corporate is cool, you know. It's come in at a certain time, leave at a certain time. You off on the weekends, you get health insurance. That's cute. You know, it's nice. But actually grinding for something and chasing something and not listening to what everybody's saying about, oh, well, if you stay with this company for 30 years, you'll get... Nah, it's really about just the exciting things that's going to happen. It's about the anticipation. Like, for me, I love spontaneity. So, like, just to be able to get up and be like, yo, I just want to do this today. And for that to actually happen, you know, instead of, like, working under somebody else's watch. And corporate, you know, they you a number. You're not really like you somebody, but you really not. You know, so it's like you're irreplaceable. But when you're doing it for yourself, it's like, nah, we gonna rock this. This is the thing about SPAD, is like we so cohesive, and we're like, nah, we're gonna do this because this is what we want, and we're not gonna stop. Versus working somewhere, it's like, what time is it?
We're like, man, I got like 2 more hours before it's the weekend, and then I could go do my own
with this,
passion.
you like, oh, well, we can work all day and still like have fun. That's the beauty of it.
We're getting the exposure that
that we need. The exposure
that we don't have a word. Doing the menu of someone else's, you know, and then people's like, oh, is that all you do? You know?
Exactly.
Soy sauce again.
I have the opportunity to actually create versus like, here's your menu for the week, or here's your menu for this quarter. They get to really sit down and like, what are your strengths? What are your strengths? What can you do? What can we mesh together? Like, what can we come up with together? It's more creative, being that they have the freedom to do whatever they want. Now that I'm not a chef at work. I'm a barista, so.
Oh, okay. So you're not even like in the kitchen at work, or no?
I don't want to. Like, I've been told I should transfer it into like the pastry section, but I don't want to. It's too basic for me. I don't want to do basic.
You know, it's going to be restricting. And
I don't want to be restricted to, okay, well, we're doing croissants and blueberry scones. Like, that's not what I want to do.
Like,
I don't want to be restricted. I want to make what I want to make.
Right.
Scones good.
Scones are dry. Not hers. I've had her scones. Her scones are good. But like the way they want us to do things at work in the pastry section that I've been to, and just hearing from people who work there, it's basic. Like, it's repetitive. It's the same things every week. I don't want to do that. I don't want, like, as a pastry person who's interested in making like cupcakes and just venturing into that field, which I'm not a professional, like I don't know everything. I'm not gonna learn anything. I'm gonna learn the basics of what regular bakeries can do. I don't want to do that.
Like, I'm not trying to be basic, you know.
I'm not
basic
trying to
is-
be basic. My
Right.
flavors are not basic. How I do things is not basic.
That's
like,
why
I want to be different. I want to stand out.
Yeah,
That's what
definitely.
Ashley saw. She's like, nobody's doing this. Like, I've
Mhm.
never seen this flavor. Like, these are things we could do. These are, like, she throws ideas at me, and she's not a sweets based like chef. She's savory.
I like to eat
And
it.
she'll throw things at me, and I'm just like, she's like, here, key lime pie, or
Yeah.
this. And me and Ashley are foodies, so we go out to places and we've been trying different cupcakes. Like, I need ideas. Like,
Yeah.
I want to see
It's
what
research.
my competition is.
Right, and there
Like,
really
and
is.
see if I can do things better.
Right, and really the only competition is yourself. Like,
Exactly.
how can I improve to myself?
Exactly. And working in corporate,
There's
That-
no improvement.
there's
there.
no
You do
improvement
what they
there.
want day in
same
and
thing
day
with
out.
them. You're stuck on a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
There's no creativity.
Yeah, there's
Every
no
now
advancement.
every now and again, like the chefs will be right here. Like, what do you want to do? What can you do? But how often is that going to really
Yeah,
light a fire in you? It's not.
yeah.
And then I hear, Ashley, I hear, Shyam and, Stu and T all talk about you with like stars in the eyes, like really appreciative of what, you bring to the team and how you are as a leader. So I would just want to ask you, do you consider yourself a leader? Because you're like bringing people together and you're bringing the best of them out and encouraging them to do things. Like, do you consider yourself?
I never did, because I just genuinely like to help people. Like, I like to see people win.
Right.
When I was younger, growing up in the foster care system, I didn't have nobody to show me things or just be there. Like, they were my friends before we worked together, right? But I see something in them that I see in myself. So when you see like the same person, the same people that come from different backgrounds, come from different struggles, how can we win together? Like, I don't give a damn that you Colombian and you Puerto Rican. Well, I don't care about that. Let's eat.
Let's get on.
We black and brown people. What can we do to? You never know who life you want to change. You
Right.
never know what kind of day a person's having and what you could bring to them. Like, you just never know. So I see so much in these guys. Like, they give me hope. They give me reasoning to be here. They give me reasoning to want to continue. So, like, we in this. Like, for me, I be telling them, like, yo, we in this for life.
You ain't going nowhere.
But yo, like I told her and I told her, do your own thing.
Yeah.
Like, I won't get mad if you venture off on your own. Do it.
Yeah.
I want you to be successful. I don't want you don't work for me. Nobody works for me and Shyam. We work together. This is a collective. That's why we say we're innovative culinary experience, because this is a team effort. There's no egos in this shit.
But do you have to sometimes say, "Oh, you were late. You don't be late again"?
I don't have to deal with that. Like, I don't have to. I don't like. Me and Shyam don't have to say nothing to Stewart and Tionna. Like, we are like, all right. Oh, that sounds good. Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Oh,
Yeah. Like, we all feed off of each other. So, I'm grateful that they even look at me in that type of way, because I don't try to, like, I'm very humble. Like, I'm like, I would play the background for real. Like,
So it's not about like outshining.
Yeah,
It's like everybody brings their ideas.
yeah.
Incorporated.
I don't care about being the face of SPAD. That don't matter to me. We all don't care about that image, because that could get taken away in 2 seconds.
It's been an emotional day. You guys are just like giving me like the butterflies.
Yeah, like we need each other. Like, we there for each other. And when I was thinking about doing this because I thought about this for a long time. I just didn't, like, Shyam came to me. I'm gonna give a shout out to my partner because he's the one fronting all of this, basically. Like, he's the financial part of this. Like, if it wasn't for him putting his hard-earned money and what his parents invested in him, this wouldn't be happening. So for him to come to me and be like, let's do this together, he saw something in me that I didn't even necessarily see in myself. So, you know, for him to do that and want to just do something like this, something that is uncomfortable for him sometimes because he never had to just think about running a business, you know, that was something different. Now that he thought about it, he's like, oh, you showing me different things to do. And then, you know, once I met Stewart and I saw what he was doing, I was like, I'll be dumb not to. What? I'll be dumb. Like, well, even if I didn't have SPAD, I would have approached him like, yo, let's do something together. I don't know what it is, but we doing it. You know, and with her desserts, like, I was like, why are you not, like, the reason why I asked her to do the pop-up, because I'm like, I don't see you, what the hell? You wasting talent over there, right?
Yeah,
If
it's
you don't
crazy
get your ass over here.
right before she approached me about the pop-up, I was, like, I've been actually selling cheesecakes and, like, stuff, like, 2 years prior. But I just didn't take it serious because there's so many people out there. You know, you see how many people you know are baking and selling things, and it's like you just take a step back because you're like, I'm not there yet. I'm not where these people are. You see that they're doing 4-tier cakes. I don't do cakes. I'm not there yet. So you get a little bit discouraged. So I restarted doing everything right before she approached me. Right in the middle of the pandemic. I was like, okay. Now that things are starting to open back up, people are throwing parties again. People let me try to, like, put myself out there a little bit, but I still wasn't, you know, as comfortable.
I didn't want a pastry chef that I had like 10 years in. Because we growing together. Let's grow together. I didn't want a culinary instructor like that has 15, because sometimes it can get egotistical. Like, well, I've been doing this for 20 years. And it's
always worked for me to be
so, why not have people that we can all grow together and build and grow and grow? And 5 years from now, they're like, oh, I see y'all. I didn't want that. Let's learn. Let's create off of each other. Let's do some new shit. Like something that people don't think about. You know, like with how we infuse South American and soul food. Like, you know,
it just makes beautiful babies.
Like the things we come up with. Yes. Like Shyam giving us the masalas, the different masalas when it comes to, you know, his Indian background, but his other background is French and all these other flavors. And Stewart too. Like, they be teaching me how to do certain things. I was like, I didn't know that. Oh, for real? Okay. Like the artichokes yesterday. I was like, how y'all do this? Because I'm used to the ones in the jar. Like, show me. You know, I'm going to be honest. I don't know everything, and I don't try to front like I know everything. Like, teach me.
For real.
But then when you teach me, just know I'm going to execute the hell out of it.
Absolutely. Oh, my goodness. All right, so let me ask you guys, you know, before, because we, you know, we're not just here sitting at the table chit-chatting. We're going to go into the kitchen and put some, you know, action to this. We're going to actually go in the kitchen and see what we do, what they do, because I'm not going to do anything. We're going to see what it do. But maybe before we go into the kitchen and transition, can you guys tell me, like, what are some misconceptions that maybe your family or friends had about you taking this leap of faith and going into, you know, this catering business together? Like, I can only imagine what they've said to you guys in the beginning.
Not gonna lie, I haven't had it. My mom has had a catering business since 2007.
Good.
She's fully supportive. My family is full of, like, go-getters and hustlers, and none of, especially like my mom's side of the family, they don't want to work for nobody else. They want to work for themselves. So I have 110% like support from that side. Like there wasn't many misconceptions at all.
Right.
Like I'm not even gonna sit here and act like there was.
Yeah.
I have their support. They are rooting for me 100%. Especially when it comes to them knowing that it came from a genuine place.
Right.
Like people approach me genuinely, not trying to just boost themselves up, but like they see that I'm trying to get somewhere and they want to help me. So I've had the full support, no negativity or no like putting me down, saying I can't do it or that I'm stupid for making a move to work with them and nothing.
Oh, good.
Like I'm fortunate.
This is the perfect story, yes.
I am fortunate that they're supportive.
Same with me, you know, my family has been very supportive whenever I mention like the stuff that we have been doing, like in these amazing events. They're very happy as long as I'm doing what I love, and they're going to continue supporting me too.
Yeah.
They're
gonna pick you out at some point.
No, but they're always like very supportive, so they know I cooking for me is like everything.
Yeah.
So I'm doing what I actually love. So it's like
Yeah. I can remember my daughter when I would punish her and I would take away her music. She's like, no, not my music. I need my music. So they really understand like, what it is that you're passionate about, and you're not taking that from you.
Supporting you. What about you, Ashley?
My story's not as fairy tale as theirs.
Thank goodness, because this is improper Mimi. Improper.
I'm gonna keep it 100. Like,
Tell me, yes.
You know, it was a pushback. It was a lot of pushback because one, when you become an entrepreneur, you know, it struggles before it's wins.
Absolutely.
You know, so it was like, are you doing the right thing? Maybe you should work this 9 to 5 and be there for 30 years. And I'm like, that's not me. You know, it was some discouragement because when I'm not the most vocal person, I was not always as vocal. I played the background a lot. So it was like, are you strong enough to handle these things, and what's going to come at you is food, you know? And I'm like, if I can handle raising myself at a certain age and going through life, I can handle, you know, my take on it is like, if it fails, it fails. You could get back and try again. Like, you know, I'm not living life for others. I'm living life for myself. So if it doesn't work, then the next thing is, all right, so how can we make it work?
Yeah.
So, you know, they're supportive now. Like, oh, we see you.
Oh, yes. When they see it, you know, they're supportive.
They're supportive, you know, and I get it. It's like, you know, for some of my family and like my parents or whatever, they work these jobs for this long and love, retire, whatever. And that's cool. That's your journey. But everybody has their own journey.
Right, 100%.
And everybody has their own dream, and I tell people, like, chase that dream. It's nothing like wondering what if I would have did. Like, it's nothing like feeling like that. Like, damn, if I would have did that. So
if
like,
only.
That's, so with my career especially, I'm like, I don't want to be stagnant. I don't want to just go to work, punch a class. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to shake it up and be like, what makes me happy? Like, genuinely, like, what's going to make me want to do this? Because I don't like working and not being excited about working. Like,
who does that, right?
So it was just, you know, and then I came to the point where I was like, I don't care what y'all feel. Like, I'm going to do what I'm going to do regardless. You don't have to be there, you don't have to help, but I'm going to do this. And it did, so they was like, all right, well,
do you,
I'm doing me.
And whether she had the family support, she has people in her corner who support her 100%. We know what she's capable of. We know what Stewart and Shyam are capable of.
Yeah.
So
we hold each other.
Even if there's no support from friends and family outside of this group, we support each other.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need that.
Exactly.
Because she pushes me. Like, Stewart and Shyam just recently tasted stuff that I made. And that was their first time. I've been helping Ashley for months now.
Yeah.
And they're just trying it. But, like, they were in agreement with Ashley, like, okay, yeah. Like, she should make we have each other's support. So, whoever doesn't believe in it, like, don't believe when you see us taking off.
Right.
Then don't come crying.
Like, she don't like decorating cake, right? I was like, yo, we taking a cake class together. Like, I'm so not playing with her. Like, I was like, I'll take it with you, but we're going to learn how to decorate some damn cake, because that's another, like, way of getting into the catering, you know? I was like, it's things that we don't know. How can we learn it? I'll rock with you. Like, let's do it.
Exactly.
So learning experience for me, too, so.
Forget the family and friends who don't believe. We have each other who can push each other to, like, not want to quit and not give up on ourselves. Like, all that negativity from people who don't believe or don't want to support us and expect, like, these discounts or they're supposed to get things for free because they're family and get things at a cheaper price. No. You're either going to sit here and support us the way these strangers are supporting us, or you can take your business elsewhere. Because if you can't support me in what I'm doing and what I'm trying to do, then I don't want your support.
That's right. That's gonna be alright. That's what. Listen, this is not. We gonna go through the struggle. We gonna go through it, and it is okay, because we gonna persevere. And as long as you keep being positive and have faith and understand that I could do this, you can do it. Like, if I gotta tell them every day, yo, we got this, which I try for the most part to be like that. Like, because I have my moments when I just want to be like, it's this, but I can't, because like you said, you know, they tell these things about me and they believe in me, so I can't let them down. So as much as inside I might feel overwhelmed sometimes, it's like, yo, like, me and Shyam came to them for a reason, and we not gonna let them see us falter, you know, but they're gonna see our faults because we're human. Right. But I am not giving up. Like, I'm gonna keep working. We are gonna be working on SPAD. It's no giving up in this. We might mess up thousands of times, but we're not giving up. You can't. And I love you gotta have something to work towards. You know, if you don't want to go through life and somebody be like, well, what did you do? And you're like, nothing.
Like, I got the same thing for 30 years.
But I love that you guys are holding each other accountable and leveling up. Like, it's not just, we did this menu last year, let's do it every month. You guys are really
so different. We like, yo, we did this now. We're gonna do like next time is Asian. Next time we gonna go over to Ireland and show you. Next time we gonna make some pierogies and show you how we make it. So we not.
I'm waiting for that.
Yes. Ooh, we could do like a cooking class. Like, how do you make pierogies? Yes. And there you have it, an inside look at what it takes to create a catering company and the stories of the SPAD chefs involved. Now, this was just part one, and if you want to see what went down in the kitchen, you need to follow MProper Mimi on YouTube and subscribe to stay up to date on all new video releases. You will get to see Mimi and Chef Stu preparing arepas, hear Chef Ashley's advice to those who want to get started in this business, plus get the sweet details from T on her delicious desserts. Thank you again to listening to the MProper Mimi Show. You can find this episode and more at entrprepreneurship.com. Remember, stay as fabulous as you are, and as always, keep telling Black stories. Ciao.